Good morning. My name is Tobin, and this is my teaching video for Graduate Certificate in Tertiary Teaching. Today, I will be filming part of the lesson plan that I have for undergraduate students who are completing the Bachelor of Theatre Drama. They are first year students. The session topic for today is identifying and using beats in a script. I will be starting from the point that I've just finished showing a video to the students. The video was of Judith Dench doing a monologue and emphasizing the beats within that monologue. I did this so that the students are able to see the difference that beats can add to the monologue, to make it more interesting, to show them the thoughts, and to make sure that they, as an audience member, understand what the goal of the playwright wants them to know. Following the viewing of the YouTube clip, can any of you explain to me what do you think made Judith's performance stand out? What were some of the techniques she used? Yes, she used the traditional acting techniques of objectives, obstacles, relationship between her and the other person, the relationship of the space. But there was something else that made this performance an outstanding performance. Can anyone think of what that was? Did you notice the thought patterns? Do you think those thought patterns made her performance more interesting? The thought patterns were actually the beats. Within a monologue, a duologue, or a larger scene, every character, everything that you say as an actor has to have beats. So, what is a beat? Whatever the script may be, a musical, a film or a play, one of Bridget's alienation theatre pieces, or even a piece of absurd theatre, they all have beats within the script. Can anyone suggest what a beat might be? Think of Judith's performance. Think of those thought patterns. Well, a beat is a group of thoughts with a specific part of a character's objective. Remember, a monologue, doesn't matter how short, how long, a duologue with your scene pattern, no. They always have many, many objectives, and along with those objectives, there's always an obstacle. Once you find the beats, the objectives and the obstacles will become much more easier for you to perform. A beat occurs every time a character shifts what they are feeling, or maybe having a realization, or they are trying a new tactic. For example, I am going to the shop to buy that new shirt that I've been wanting for a long time. So, I get into my car. I'm very excited. I drive to the shop. I arrive at the shop. The excitement is still in me. I go into the shop, but I discover that I've forgotten my wallet. Then I see the shirt that I wanted on special, but it only lasts for this morning. Within that little story that I told you, there are beats. The first one, going to the shop, very excited. That is a beat. And within that, there's an obstacle and an objective. The next beat, I realise that I don't have my wallet. Again, a new obstacle and a new objective. The third beat, that shirt is only on special for the morning. Each part of that makes a piece of dialogue. If I was telling that story on stage, there will be 3 parts to it, and each part is a beat. If I didn't add the beats to it, it would sound something like, I went to the shop. I got to the shop and I realised that I didn't have my wallet, and the shirt was only on special for the morning. How did that sound? To some people it might be interesting, it might be understandable, but is it good acting? The beats make the acting. The beats form the thought processes. Dean Carey, who's a tutor at the National Institute of Dramatic Arts, actually sums it up that a beat is like decoding the scene's psychological punctuation. Talking about punctuation, remember, often actors think, oh, there's a punctuation. It must mean a new beat. Not necessarily. A punctuation is there for you to change maybe a tactic of getting your objective. But could be one thought, but it still could be one thought. So, how do you find a beat? Pardon me. A bit later on, we will be doing an improvisation exercise where I will be giving you a short scenario, and I will be coaching from the side, throwing ideas, throwing in different problems, different objectives, different needs, different tactics to make it more interesting, so that you can also find in your body the beat. And that is the secret. The difficulty about beats is that you cannot think them. You have to feel them in your body, and that is why it is important to get up from your chair and to read through the script. And often you will find that you will have an urge to change beats. And that is when you mark them in the script. Before we do the improvisation exercise, let's think for a moment. What is the benefit of beats? Let's think back to Judith's performance again. Of course, she is a world-famous, renowned actress. But what made it so interesting? It was the different thought patterns that she communicated to the audience. So that's the first benefit of a beat. The second benefit is that it's your performance. It's your personal interpretation of the script. It is so easy now to jump onto YouTube, find a monologue and copy it, which unfortunately many younger or inexperienced performers do. However, if you understand the beats of a script, you'll find it easier to interpret what it is saying. Greek theatre is one of the hardest styles of theatre to understand. However, if you focus on finding those beats, then it should become more clear. Not all the time, but give it a go. A second reason a beat is beneficial is that it allows you to be more expressive in your character, in your script work, in your vocal range. In fact, it adds more colour to your performance. Beats allow you also to find the moments where there is humour. Many people think that a sad monologue should be done sad. However, it's life like that. Even in sad moments, there's happy moments. Even in happy moments, there are sad moments. And the gifted playwright often puts all these little moments into one monologue or into one scene. Remember, if you present a monologue which is sad, it can become very tiring for an audience. Therefore, it is important to find those little moments where you can add a bit of sparkle, a bit of humour to it. And the beats help to do that. Number 3, it will allow you to perform in the moment. In future lessons, you will learn about being in the moment. If you find the beats, then you don't have to worry about thinking ahead and thinking, oh, I've got to be sad in this bit. Oh, I've got to be happy in this bit. It allows you to be in the moment. The fourth benefit is that your character will appear to be thinking rather than just saying a bunch of lines. And that was one of the strongest points about Judith's performance, was that the audience considered her to be thinking. Also, beats help you to remember the script. It's very hard and stressful at times for many performers to try and remember the script. But if you learn the beats, learn the objectives, the obstacles, the tactics, the relationship changes with each of those beats, then you will find that remembering the script will become easier. And finally, as I said before, it is your interpretation. And there's nothing more rewarding as a performer to have your piece as yours, rather than just copying it from the internet. That concludes this teaching video presentation. Thank you for watching.